Now that COVID-19 is in full force, I guess all I can do is stay home and play video games. Well, at least I managed to dig up this old treasure. I named my character Nintendo. Interesting. Let's see where we left off.
To start off, we acknowledge that Nintendo is synonymous with console gaming, but the growing traction of the mobile gaming industry has made it impossible for Nintendo to ignore, as illustrated here. As such, let us first take a look at the development of Nintendo's mobile gaming segment. Nintendo decided to enter the mobile gaming segment due to the intense competition coming from its rivals. Through a partnership with Dina, they produced original games for mobile that incorporated their trademark characters, and by venturing into this new area, it created space for them to grow. Their ex-CEO, Mr. Satoru Iwata, acknowledged the proliferation of smart devices in consumers' everyday lives. As such, our discussion will be scoped around their entrance into the mobile gaming segment and their way forward. Below shows the timeline of release of Nintendo's mobile games and developed more than 10 games over the span of just 4 years. These back-to-back releases further demonstrates their rapid expansion into the segment. We then examined their mobile gaming year-on-year revenue changes and found that it grew exponentially. Signaling their future intent, Nintendo's 2019 annual report hinted at an expansion in this segment going forward. Current trends in the mobile gaming segment, such as an expected increase in app downloads and consumer spending, a wide audience base to tap on, and it being a strong substitute to console gaming, further point to the largely untapped potential that this segment possesses. This is substantiated by the graph below, which shows the room for mobile gaming's growth and the revenue generated being 7.5 times that of console gaming. Therefore, this is an area that Nintendo can seek to explore.
Okay, careful there. Few more jumps, and woo! Who's the boss, yo? Okay, let's see what we have next. Wow, sweet! Looks like I stopped right before the final boss map. Time to see who's this boss I'm gonna be fighting.
Nintendo has been rapidly expanding in the mobile gaming industry, rolling out over 10 games over the last 5 years. But were they all successful? Here, we have a simple framework to illustrate the key success factors for mobile game. Firstly, we can all agree that engagement and user experience will determine the player's impression of the game. With good engagement and positive user experience, a game is highly likely to lead to a low churn rate and greater ability for monetization. This will also create a network effect which will further reinforce the two traits. An example of such a game would be Pokemon Go. On the other hand, if a game is unable to achieve the two factors, it is highly likely to lead to high churn rate and inability to monetize, such as the case of Super Mario Run. So, while both Pokemon and Mario are Nintendo's legacy games, there were very differing reactions to both the games. Firstly, Pokemon Go was definitely a hit for Nintendo. This can be attributed to the superior gaming experience delivered. Linking back to the framework earlier on, we can see that Pokemon Go fulfilled both the criteria of good engagement and positive user experience, which are key to its success. On the contrary, for Super Mario Run, even though there was a high 78 million downloads within the first 50 days of launch, only 5% of players were converted to paid users. When we delve deeper into this issue, we realized that it was due to poor engagement and negative user experience with the game itself. So from the quick evaluation earlier, we can see that Nintendo have had some hits and misses, and they are still learning and experimenting in the mobile game industry. Given all that, it brings me to our problem statement. How can Nintendo continue to move forward in the mobile gaming industry by leveraging on its own strength?
Okay, here we go. Wait, I'm not ready for this. Before I fight this guy, I should probably analyze the situation around me, right?
Let's take a quick dive into the Porter's 5 forces analysis to better understand the mobile gaming industry. Firstly, threat of new entrants is high due to low barriers to entry. Simple game formats can be easily created at low production cost, and the user reach is easily achieved through app stores. The threat of substitutes is low. The convenience of mobile gaming is hard to replace as it often involves casual short games that can be played frequently in short intervals. Next, bargaining power of consumers is medium. It can be higher for games when network effect determines its success and when game creators constantly provide new updates to mobile games to ensure users continue to be engaged. However, the stickiness of the game can reduce buyers' bargaining power. Bargaining power of suppliers is medium as well. For production houses, it tends to be lower as there are many high-quality suppliers available, whereas in terms of distributors which are our Apple App Store and Google Play, Bargaining power is higher as they are the main means of reaching the user base. Lastly, for rivalry, it is high within the mobile gaming market due to the intense competition and abundance of choice. In conclusion, profits may be difficult to achieve in the short run due to the high competition within the industry. However, it is possible to leverage on the low bargaining power of buyers by creating stickiness of the game. Thus, gameplay experience is important. At the same time, dependency on distributors should be minimized by shifting control up the value chain towards content originators and away from the app stores.
So, there's a floating platform, lava underneath me. Sure, it's a tough world out here in the land of games. Guess I have no one to rely on but myself. Wait, I think I picked up one of those rare and valuable flowers along the way. Let me check out my abilities.
Although the external environment is fiercely competitive, we believe that if Nintendo has the right resources, they may still have a good chance at succeeding in this market. Let's go through these resources one by one. First off, for IP, it is highly valuable and they can leverage this to attract fans to their mobile games. It is also rare as it is exclusive to Nintendo products, plus inimitable as it took them 4 decades to grow it. However, this resource can be substituted by its own brand name. Next, for software development, it's valuable, helping them to produce high-quality games quickly and at low cost. Furthermore, it is inimitable as the development process is casually ambiguous. However, this resource is not rare in the mobile gaming industry, and it is substitutable through outsourcing and partnerships. Lastly, its brand is highly valuable and recognized in gaming, so once again, there's a lot of goodwill that they can leverage on. Furthermore, it's rare as its brand reputation exceeds all other gaming brands, plus it is inimitable as they have been building this gaming brand for over a century. Overall, Nintendo possesses critical resources which can give them competitive advantages and help them to succeed in the short to medium term.
Now that I've analysed what's around and within me, I need a strategy on how to fight this guy. Do I jump first, attack first, or wait for it to make the first move? Man, I gotta decide on something at least.
So here is what we propose. The mobile gaming industry is fast-moving and uncertain. As such, we propose strategies based on a complexity theory which includes simple rules to guide them through the development process and probing to help them figure out the uncertainties. Nintendo's simple rules could be derived from both its existing philosophies and also the past experiences and failures. Here, we've identified 5 existing philosophies and examined each of their adequacy in terms of capturing new opportunities. Core philosophies that are unique to Nintendo's product development are adapted, but others are modified, and both are collectively used to craft simple rules. Next, we relook into the case studies on previous launches of Pokemon Go and Super Mario Run, and adapted principles that led to their success, and learn from the mistakes of launches that did not fare as well. Nintendo is well aware that the greatest opportunity for competitive advantage lies in market confusion, so they are eager to jump into chaotic markets, eager to probe for opportunities, eager to build on success stories, and shift flexibly among opportunities as circumstances dictate. However, they need a key strategic process and a few simple rules to guide them through the chaos. And this is our proposed set of simple rules. How-to strategies keeps managers organized enough to seize opportunities. The existing philosophies and failures stresses the need for Nintendo to actively focus on creating content that is fun and interesting. This allows games to have a punchy introduction, captivating storyline, a unique twist, and a memorable ending. Boundary rules enables managers to stay focused on a project mission and prevent any form of derailing. In this case, while we acknowledge that Nintendo has always had a niche to adapt existing IP to fill a new gameplay, we believe we should pose a small limit to that to encourage new innovation and capture profitability upsides of new character IP in mobile games. The success of new IP can be supported from how Fire Emblem Hero actually generated 6 times higher global player spending compared to Mario Kart in 2019. Lastly, on priority rules, Nintendo should fundamentally focus resources on gameplay that is easy to understand and beginner-friendly, given its identity as a family-friendly game company. At the end of the day, we stress that simple rules are, after all, a strategic framework and not a step-by-step blueprint for the company. If successful, we believe that Nintendo will be able to capture immense opportunity and profitability upsides in the mobile gaming market.
Alright, let's go. No. I'm not ready for this. I still need to know more before venturing into the unknown.
Nintendo has to address significant market and product uncertainties through experimentation and probing. Some of the more pertinent market uncertainties are listed here. On monetization, it is uncertain if users will be willing to pay for the game. On geographical, given that mobile gaming is huge in China, should Nintendo enter China's market? On popularity of game genres, what kind of game genres will be well received by the market? Moving on to product uncertainties, Nintendo has to probe to find out whether they should incorporate their own strengths and base their mobile games off their console games, which may already have an established fan base. Importantly, they also need to understand which game features are popular so as to be able to leverage on this. On innovation, they also have to address whether there's a need to incorporate technologies such as augmented reality in their mobile games, much like Pokemon Go, which has had huge successes. So bearing in mind these uncertainties, some of the experimentation and probes they could work on are listed on the table here. Amongst these, Nintendo should prioritize on soft launch as well as the use of analytics from previous launches. Soft launch is pretty common for mobile games, whereby they will introduce the leaked version of the games. Furthermore, as can be seen from the table, soft launch could potentially address most of the uncertainties. Analytics could also be used to input the learnings in terms of designing the game prior to the soft launch. Therefore, these two probes are well targeted to address the uncertainties, cheap, and would also fit into a coherent flow. So recognizing that Nintendo has to figure out a direction in the mobile gaming industry, we have used the Porter's 5 forces to do an industry analysis and determine the profitability. Following that, we have also looked at the resource-based view to determine the strategic resources Nintendo can exploit to achieve sustainable competitive advantage. Having analyzed the industry and Nintendo's strength, simple rules were also used to help strategize on how to enter the mobile gaming industry. With specific experimentation and probes to address the uncertainties, Nintendo would be well positioned to succeed in the mobile gaming industry. Thank you.
Hello, Adam? You guys are on Mario Kart Mobile right now? Hold on, man. Let me log in and join you guys.